Hey everybody, welcome back in another episode of Dev Talk. In today's episode, we're going to discuss another faction of the upcoming expansion, and we'll focus on the Danger Noodles, or snakes for the general public. Jeremy, as always, share some thoughts. Why the snakes?
Yeah, so we were looking for a kind of dangerous, crazy animal with maybe some less straightforward abilities. And also visually, I was looking for an animal that can be very bright, colorful, and snakes can be that. So it seemed like a really good fit.
All right, well, let's slither in and find out.
So,
Share some more details about the design philosophy. What are the mechanics that we're going to see with snakes?
yeah, so snakes are what we call a manipulator faction, which means they like to manipulate stuff, which includes cards from the top of your deck. And they can also sort of take some damage themselves to get an advantage. For example, if we take our snake guard over here, he'll allow you to look at the top cards of your deck with foresee, and then once you've arranged them in an order that you like, you'll be able to take some damage yourself to actually draw that card. And it comes built into a 1/2 guard body, and a guard is always good to have on the board. So I think it's pretty versatile. If you're in a tight spot and you can't take an extra damage, you're not forced to do it, but early in the game you might want to.
Adding more tactical depth in the decision making and using the cards, right?
Yep.
And any other ways of looking at the madness that snakes bring?
Yeah, so let's say we have an item called Staff of Madness. So this basically, if you have a powerful animal, it can work against that animal because it will actually deal damage to itself, which is a crazy thought in a sense. And you can also sneak it into play through focus, which allows you to pay support instead of the power cost. So
it rapidly turns the tide of battle.
Yeah. Cool. And you can do more stuff on your turn. We also have an exhaust ability, and the other item, exhaust, is always useful. And for example, the manipulators also force your opponents to make choices that they don't really want to. So if we take a look at our 3-cost character over here, our 3-cost snake, the last words will force your opponent to deal damage to one of their own animals.
Okay.
Which is a bit nasty, but also an interesting decision.
Unfavorable decisions for your opponent.
Yeah, so that's a bit what the snakes will.
So less direct damage, but a lot of.
Yeah, it's more like indirect. Yeah, although the staff is direct, but not 100% sure of the outcome all the time.
And what about the stronghold?
Yeah, the stronghold is also interesting, as the stronghold is very flexible. You can use it offensively or defensively. So you can just hurt one of your animals to get an extra body, an extra owl spirit on the board.
Cool.
But you can also use it offensively to maybe get rid of one of your opponent's animals who only has like 1 health left. But then as a compensation, they still get an owl spirit.
Offering more flexibility.
Yeah.
So we're referring to them as manipulators. What kind of factions would synergize well with snakes?
So foxes are another example of a sneaky manipulator faction. They also like to look at the top cards of their deck. So they would pair well together. And also because they do some self-damage, the rhinos are also an interesting combination, as they will allow you to move around damage on your own animals to your advantage.
Adding fury, manipulating that as well.
Yeah, fury, moving around damage, yeah.
Well, I mean, it looks like these are going to be my new favorite faction, I think, to play.
Yeah, I think they're very interesting as well.
So guys, there you have it. Some in-depth knowledge about the snakes. Thank you, Jeremy, for that. As always, leave some comments behind if you like it and give us feedback. We always appreciate that. See you around next time. Bye-bye.